received it. The safest way is just go in and vote, get your voice heard.
At least 31 million votes have been cast so far. This is ABC News.
About lots of things. My finances, my grandkids.
If you're 65 or older, you have enough things to worry about. Pneumococcal pneumonia shouldn't be one of them. Even healthy adults 65 and older are at increased risk for this potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. Help protect yourself with the Prevnar 13 pneumococcal 13-valent conjugate vaccine, diphtheria CRM 197 protein. Prevnar 13 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 13 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 13 does not protect against all strains of the disease. Don't get Prevnar 13 if you have had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with a weakened immune system may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-866-694-9300 or visit Prevnar13.com. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 13.
Researchers in the UK have been cleared to start a controversial new experiment that'll infect healthy volunteers with COVID-19 in order to study the disease and speed up development of a vaccine. Doctors say the project will start next year. The pandemic changing shopping habits.
Every year, many of us say we're going to get a jump start on our holiday shopping. This year, a lot of us actually are.
Half of Americans will have started their holiday shopping by Halloween.
CreditCards.com's Ted Rossman.
It's not the traditional events of Thanksgiving Day shopping, Black Friday, even Cyber Monday, I think will look very different this year.
And he says buying now can work to our advantage.
Because it gives us more runway to seek out the best deals.
And to no surprise, Rossman says we're expected to do most of our shopping online. Daria Albinger, ABC News.
Pope Francis seen wearing a mask as he welcomed leaders of Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Buddhist, Sikh, and Hindu faiths for an interfaith prayer. They appealed for peace and an end to the coronavirus pandemic. Mark Remillard, ABC News.
It's 7:04, 7:04. I'm Don Elliott in the KOFO newsroom with this hour's top stories. Once again, this reminder that KDHE has issued a boil water advisory for the city of Carbondale in Osage County until further notice. With the online learning platform completed for this year in USD 290, many parents are now concerned that their children fell behind and may not have learned all they needed in order to be successful next year. When the students in USD 290 are able to return to the classroom and school returns to normal, Superintendent Dr. Ryan Cobb says the teachers will then get to work and get the kids back on track, and the teachers will shine.
I think we'll have a lot of work to do to overcome some of the gaps that are going to come up during this time because we aren't going to be able to do all the things that we normally do. And again, our teachers will rise to that occasion and they'll take care of it because we have incredible staff. They are truly great, and when you talk about heroes, educators have always been heroes, but this is going to be one of those times when they get thrust back to the forefront of conversation, and we'll recognize again how great they are.
Across the district as a whole, teachers and principals report that most kids were well engaged in learning, but they realize there will be quite a few that are missing key areas, and they will be working with them so they don't fall through those gaps. Yesterday, U.S. Secretary of Commerce Wilbur Ross announced that the department's Economic Development Administration is awarding a $7.8 million grant to the Bioscience and Technology Business Center at the University of Kansas in Lawrence to build a new facility to increase entrepreneurial and research opportunities in the bioscience and technology sector. The flooding and a tornado in 2019 severely impacted Lawrence and surrounding areas, and the project will help the region diversify its economy, become more resilient in the face of future natural disasters, and capitalize on its Opportunity Zone designation to further transform the community. The grant will be matched with more than $14 million in state and local funds and is expected to create 225 jobs, retain more than 100 jobs, and generate $142 million in private investment. The exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast for tonight, it'll be overcast, the low down to 42. And now you're up to date. I'm Don Elliott in the KOFO newsroom. Stay tuned for the Ken Kessinger Show live from the Primetime Grill at Fusion Alley, coming up next on KOFO.
Stay tuned for the following special presentation from 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas and home of Ottawa University Athletics, welcomes you to the Kent Kessinger Show, live from our new location, Primetime Grill at Fusion Alley. You can join us live at Primetime Grill during the show and enjoy a special discount on the Tasty Braves Burger while you're there, while we talk with OU Braves head football coach, Kent Kessinger. Tonight's show is brought to you by Primetime Grill at 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive in South Ottawa, and by State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King, Dingle & Son Mortuary, and Ottawa University. Now let's go live to Primetime Grill and join the host of the Kent Kessinger Show on KOFO, Bob Johnson.
Good evening. Welcome in to this week's edition of the Kent Kessinger Show, live from Primetime Grill at 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive here in South Ottawa. Bob Johnson with you, along with my esteemed colleague, Dr. Kent Kessinger, the coach of the Ottawa University Braves.
Good afternoon, or evening.
Well,
I think it's evening now.
Yeah, I think it's probably close to evening, but it's all good. It's still afternoon somewhere.
Somewhere. It's morning someplace too.
That's very true. I don't want to think about morning right now. I enjoy my sleep when I get it, and you know what you enjoy though.
What do I enjoy?
You enjoy wins.
I do,
and that's what happened on Saturday.
It did.
And it was a really a good performance from a team who hadn't seen live action since September 12th.
Yeah, it was a little over a month, so I thought our guys played really well. I thought our defense played, very well. Offensively, we did some different things. We had to into a 35-mile-an-hour wind. We showed that we could run the football, and we did that really effectively. And we're able to put some drives, melt some clock when we needed to melt clock. From a strategical standpoint, I think that all aspects we did pretty good.
I was really impressed with the play of the offensive line. Opened up a lot of holes for Mr. Curtis, who had a fantastic game rushing the ball. And then, of course, the defense, especially in that second half, played really well, didn't allow a point. And then, of course, we have not only the KCAC Defensive Player of the Week, but the NAIA National Player of the Week, who's going to be with us later, Colby Johnson. So, a couple of big players right there, and a couple of big plays from each of them.
Yeah, our offensive line opened up some nice holes, and you got some pretty good speed. And what I was really impressed with is things that you don't see, and it was our receivers blocking downfield. I mean, those big plays that turned into touchdowns. I think Derek's, second time he touched the ball, I think we took it about 60 yards or 70 yards to the house. If Des Dills doesn't make his block the way he does, and he's on the backside of the play, because Derek actually cut it all the way back, we don't score, and he was able to do that and let the fast kid run, and so that was really good. We had really good blocking. Des Dills did a good job. Jaquez Schnell, who was a freshman for us playing slot, he did a tremendous job for us, and Dylan Foose did a really good job as well.
I was really impressed with, especially Grant Goleman. It was after the forced fumble by Colby, but just to have the wherewithal to pick it up and go and take it to the house for a defensive score, because it was such a bang-bang play. One would have thought that maybe they would have called the pass incomplete, and maybe players kind of just stop at that point in time, but Grant continued on.
Yeah, and I think it ended up being a backwards pass, and so that was one of the reasons that it kept live, and Grant did a good job. I mean, he is a smart player. He's got good speed. He's made the transition to college football, fairly quickly. He played six-man football in Texas, so if you can believe that, he played six-man football, and he's out here making plays for us on the field. So he did well. I thought we ran to the ball well. I thought our defense tackled, fairly well for having. And I say fairly well because when you get a month off and you don't tackle anybody, you kind of lose that a little bit. But we had a couple. I gave Colby a hard time. He got National Player of the Week, but I think he did miss a third down tackle for a loss that would have added to his stuff. And I think they got the first down, didn't they, on that one, Colby? We just like to keep them humble.
Well, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, as good as they do, you always can find a couple things they can get better at.
Well, and as much as given a love fest, the one thing that I would still have concern about is that third down play of the defense that allowed McPherson 50%, 7 to 16 in conversions, and you want that to be at least about 20% less than that, if not even more.
Yeah, definitely.
And especially some plays that I know that defense would like to have back.
Yeah, the 3rd and 26, I think, would have been a nice one to get back on that one. There's a couple third downs, but for the most part, the other thing that they did is they created turnovers. We were able to force some turnovers. I think we won the turnover battle again this week, which is good. And if you can always stay on the plus side on the turnover ratio, you're going to usually put yourself in pretty good opportunities to win football games.
3 interceptions, a forced fumble, so pretty solid day defensively, forcing those turnovers. I also felt that the offense was efficient in the sense that between the amount of time that you guys had the ball and what you were able to do with it, the yardage you gained, the points you put up, plus you only ran 51 plays as opposed to McPherson 75. Now, I know you want the 80, 90 play type thing, but 51 plays and putting up 31 points, I'd take it.
Yeah, no, I like the 2 and 3 play drives that we have for touchdowns. So I'm all right with maybe giving up a few plays if every third time you touch the ball, you're going to score. So yeah, it's good. I thought we also did some things, and I told our guys during the week, because I looked at the forecast and tried to see what the weather was going to be like on the weekend. And so, mostly during the week, we knew that we were going to have high winds. It said 20 to 30 miles an hour and ended up being 25 to 35 with gusts of 55. And I told our guys during the week offensively, I go, we're going to have to run the football. It's going to be a 2-quarter game. We have to be smart with it. And I think that we did a good job with that. Our guys let us use the timeouts when we were going with the win in order to make McPherson have to punt into it and do things like that. We had plenty of opportunities, and I think that that's what allowed us to get some points. And we did the same thing in the second half. Our guys did a really good job. I think we only had to use one timeout in the game to where we were forced basically to go over something. Other than that, they were all very strategic. Our guys did a good job of being able to allow us to use some game strategy and gamesmanship against McPherson.
I was impressed with the quarterback play, getting what you needed at when you needed it. Bailey Shire went 7 of 10, had a touchdown to Derek Curtis, which we discussed that in the post game, that you knew was going to be there, and that just throw it.
Yeah, no, we had talked about that after the game, and I saw Bailey later that night. He also likes ice cream, it seems like, and we ended up at the same ice cream shop. Yeah, I told him, I said, I just want you to know that I told him on the radio, if you weren't going to throw that, we were going to have words. So, and he knew it too. And the thing about it, we talked about it on after the game, is just it's getting guys to take the opportunities to make plays, and he threw a good ball, and Derek went up and made a play, and give our guys chances to make plays. And then it's the difference between taking risks and then gambling. We're gonna do the things that are gonna put us in a good situation, but we have to take some chances every once in a while.
We're gonna take our first break right here. When we come back, we are going to talk with Colby and with Derek. We're going to discuss what happened this last weekend, and maybe talk a little bit about what's coming up this weekend with Bethel. Coach, we've got 2 ways we can go here tonight. Also, we can play the pyramid, or I do have a week of homer call ready to go.
Oh, do you have a homer call already?
I've got a homer call. And I will tell you right now, and thanks to Mr. Casey Weeder, the two of these selections are brilliant.
So it could be that we pull one of those in for the I mean, are we going to end up having more weeks of homer calls that we actually have to have kind of like a runoff, playoff?
I don't know. We'll have to approach that situation as it comes about. But I'm going to let you make the call, because if we do homer call, then next week we're going to play the pyramid.
All right. So, yeah, I'm good with either one.
All right. So we'll discuss it more, but that's what you got to look forward to. Plus, we will talk about this Bethel game coming up on Saturday. But first, the break. You're listening to us. It's the Kent Kessinger Show on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
Let's face it, auto insurance can be confusing. Do you know your comprehensive from your collision, your no-fault from liability, your premium from your deductible? After an accident is no time to find out that your definition of full coverage is actually different from what your policy says. Let local State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King explain auto insurance in terms you can understand.
I'm State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King. Let's work together to be sure your vehicle has the coverage you need. Call and schedule an appointment today at 242-9435. Stop by my office at 111 South Main in Ottawa, or visit online at keithking.net.
It's never too late to become who you're supposed to be. However, sometimes you may need a little help. Ottawa University can get you there. Their faculty and staff are dedicated to preparing graduates for a lifetime of significance. With dozens of degree programs, including accounting, engineering, human services, and marketing, as well as graduate degrees in business administration and education, Ottawa University will prepare you for whatever or whoever you want to be. Don't wait. Get started today. Find out more by visiting online at ottawa.edu.
Hey, next time you're at the store, don't forget the ingredients to make your own sunflower salad with mixed greens, olives, cheddar cheese, sunflower seeds, and dressing. Oh, and the 14-ounce ribeye with mashed potatoes and seasoned vegetables. And I'm sure you won't have trouble finding everything for the homemade peach and blackberry cobbler topped with oatmeal cookie crust and vanilla ice cream. What? You don't cook for your family like this every night? Oh, well, that's how the folks at Primetime Grill do it, for you and your family. Dine in or order online at primetimegrill.com and get contactless curbside pickup. Primetime Grill at Fusion Alley in South Ottawa.
This is Craig Dingle of Dingle and Son Mortuary. We love all of our kids and do stuff for them all the time, even the grown-up kids. I have a suggestion of something you can do that you may not have thought of. Make your funeral arrangements. You can't imagine how stressful it is for families who have no clue as to what their folks wanted or where to find all the information needed for the death certificate. We can help you make formal arrangements, or we can give you forms to fill out at home. Give us a call at any one of our funeral homes. We're glad to help.
Dingle and Son Mortuary, 785-242-2323.
There's an underdog story happening today in America. Small businesses are fighting to make a comeback, but in the moment they have the least, they're giving the most. They're rallying communities, yet asking for little in return. Well, it's time we gave back. Small Unites is making it simple for everyone to take action and support the small businesses that unite us all. Find out how you can donate, shop, and share today at smallunites.org. Proudly sponsored by Capital One.
Before Olay, having dry skin was a struggle. Turns out my old body wash was the problem. New Olay Skincare Inspired Body Wash with vitamin C, collagen, and hyaluronic acid improves skin 3 times better versus the leading body wash after 14 days, based on clinical moisture retention. And now helps stop dry skin before it starts with new Olay Rinse Off Body Conditioner. Find new Olay Skincare Inspired Body Wash online or in stores.
Live at Primetime Grill, it's the Kent Kessinger Show on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com. Come on out, enjoy some of the delicious Kansas cuisine, like this big honkin' chicken that Colby has on his plate. That is just a fantastic piece of poultry that I'm looking at right now. You've got appetizers, salads, all kinds of different prime courses, kids menu, desserts, all that kind of good stuff here at Primetime Grill, who is happy to be the home of the Kent Kessinger Show. And you can also get $1 off the Braves Burger from now until close. It's a dine-in only, but come on out. You get to see Coach Kessinger. You get to see some football players, and you get to be part of the Kent Kessinger Show. So joining us now is not only the KCAC Defensive Player of the Week, but also the NAI National Player of the Week, Colby Johnson. And Colby, congratulations and welcome back.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks for having me. It's always fun to be on the show.
Did you have any idea coming out that you were going to put together a performance like you got not only yourself but the defense did, especially in the second half against McPherson?
I think coming out, we definitely, obviously being in quarantine for as long as we were and, kind of sitting there, I think we definitely had a lot of juice going into the game. Just wanted to get back out there. I think Coach P had a pretty good game plan, a really good game plan about how we're going to play these guys, kind of some adjustments and stuff. And I think from the start, we came out and we had a game plan in mind, and we were kind of bouncing off the walls. And I think that kind of led to our success as a defense, just that ability to get out there. And then obviously when you start making big plays and big things happen, that just adds to that.
Colby ended up with 14 total tackles, sack. 3 tackles were for a loss, a forced fumble, and an interception. So for a young man, that's you can't give any more effort than that right there, and well rewarded. Was there a point? Because Casey Weeder, my broadcast partner, made a comment during the game, and it was after McPherson was starting to get some success in that first half, where it just seemed like you kind of took over a little bit, where you just had decided you had enough. Was there a moment in that game where you just put it into a different gear?
I think after that first possession where they scored and we kind of gave up as a one-play touchdown, and I came down, I looked at Coach Miller and some of the other guys, and I was like, okay, right now we're not. That's not how we're going to do that. We're not going to let that happen again. So, kind of put the foot in the ground, and I was lucky enough to be put in some positions to make some plays and help the team win. A big shout out to the big guys up front, the D line. They give me the opportunity to run around and make some plays, and so I definitely had that mentality of I'm angry. Let's get this over with and get this done. So I think that's kind of what started us as a defense, and even me starting going is let's make some plays and let's get this game going the right direction.
I'm going to play this audio real quick. It's going to be the forced fumble on your part. Then when we come back, I want you to walk us through how that worked out in your mind, what you saw. So we're going to play this clip real quick. And actually, before I do that, there's an important thing that I have to do, and it's called sharing, because that's how that works. You have to share sometimes, and so we'll try that again. He'll come back out. He will have Davis to his right, 2 receivers far side, 2 to the near side. They'll swing it out here. It'll be incomplete, or the ball's loose. The officials are going to say that the ball was loose. And into the end zone, touchdown Braves. So you make the stick. Grant Goldman comes around, scoops it up, and scores. So walk us through that play.
So on that play, they had 2 receivers the boundary, and we had known they were going to run some screens here and there. And right when the ball was snapped, I looked at the number 2 receiver, and he looked like he was coming up to block me. And I saw the number 1 kind of go back down like he's going to catch the ball. And so I just stuck a foot in the ground, and I beat that number 2 receiver. And literally right as that number 1 receiver put his hands on the ball, I just stuck my helmet right where the ball was. And at first, I didn't know if they called it complete, if it was behind the line of scrimmage. And so I was kind of laying there, and I'm looking at the ball, and I'm like, I hope somebody picks this up. And luckily, Grant was right there, and he didn't even wait a second. He picked that bad boy up and ran it in. And I think it was so fast. I mean, even Coach P talked about how the officials were trying to figure out if it was incomplete, if it was a fumble, but the way that we were moving around as a defense, how fast we got the ball, how fast we scored, that officials had no choice but to call it a touchdown. So it's a big-time play for us.
And that's something that I've really seen in the first 2 games. The team's speed defensively is so much different this year that the competition is really going to have to pay attention to that.
Yep, man. I think it goes to the new scheme we're in. I think this new scheme that Coach P and the defensive guys have given us allows us to basically fly around and make those plays, and it puts us in good position. So I've really enjoyed that, and hopefully going these next couple of weeks we'll be able to make some more plays.
It seemed like to me, and you can confirm this or deny this, it seemed like to me at times, though, McPherson's quarterback was telegraphing where he was going. He didn't really do a good job of checking his receivers.
Yeah, so coming into the game, I knew their starter was injured and he was out, and so they had 2 backups, and I was confused of who was going to do this. And I think number 5 was a freshman, so he was a young guy starting his first game, and there was a couple times where you could definitely tell. He was looking down his targets, kind of given his eyes. And I think for me and some of the defensive guys, I think once you kind of see that, you get a feel for it. So even going to when I had my interception, they had ran that play a couple times earlier, and I had watched his eyes and seen, hey, he's looking to dump down right now. And I think that's kind of what put me in that position to make that play. And so he's a young guy, but I mean, he's a good looking freshman. So, but.
Well, congratulations, big plays, and now you got to get ready for Bethel. And Bethel right now may be the favorite to win this conference. They have really put together, especially the last 2 seasons, some fantastic football, and you're going to see something not really different. You've seen it before, but now you're going to see it with athletes who can run it and run it well.
Exactly. Bethel's always a tough week. I mean, I've been playing against their triple options my sophomore year, and every year it's a tough week to prepare for, because for us, we don't play any other triple option teams. So going into practice, it's very difficult at times to get that look. And I'll give Bethel their credit. They are a good team. Over the past 2 years, they have become a very, very good team. Very physical, and those guys know how to run the triple option. So, but I'm up for the challenge. I think our defense is up for the challenge of the Bethel Threshers offense, and so I'm excited for Saturday.
What's going to be the key for this one for you?
I think the key for me is I think a lot of us is just doing our job. You know, is especially triple option. You know, if you got pitch, doing the pitch. If you got quarterback, getting the quarterback. And then the big thing for me and everybody else is when you're put in a position to make a play, you make that play. Because the second you don't, that's where something big happens. So being able to make those plays, get the right reads, and everybody flying around and make some plays, I think that's what's going to be big this week.
Well, congratulations again on the awards this week, and good luck with the game on Saturday. Hopefully we get to talk to you again.
Hey, sounds like a plan, Bob. I appreciate you.
That's Colby Johnson joining us here, member of the Braves defense. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to a young man who electrified the offensive side of the ball last weekend. We're going to speak with Derek Curtis. You're listening to the Kent Kessinger Show live from Primetime Grill. Come eat with us during the show. The staff is making sure to stay masked up. They're doing extra cleaning and sanitizing for your protection, and they make sure to distance the tables. So no reason to not come on out and take a little bit of a meal here at Primetime Grill and also catch the Kent Kessinger Show. You're listening to us on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
Have you ever seen a menu that actually made your mouth water? Well, wait till you taste it. The food, not the menu. Lunch at Primetime Grill at Fusion Alley just got better with their new lunch menu, including tasty salads, half sandwiches with a fresh side, a full sandwich, and more with fries, all your favorite beverages, and service that gets you back to work in time. You got to do lunch, so why not do it in prime time? The new lunch menu at Primetime Grill, available Monday through Friday from 11 to 2. See it online at primetimegrill.com. Primetime Grill at Fusion Alley in South Ottawa.
This is Walt Dingle of Dingle & Son Mortuary. In 1961, I joined my father Lewis in the business to become the second generation. In 82, my son Craig joined me and became the third generation at Dingle & Son. I am so pleased the son in our name will still be appropriate for years to come because Chase, Craig's son, has just joined the firm to become the fourth generation. I'm sure my father Louis would be proud that the business he started is still in the family and still going strong.
Dingle & Son Mortuary, 785-242-2323. It's never too late to become who you're supposed to be. However, sometimes you may need a little help. Ottawa University can get you there. Their faculty and staff are dedicated to preparing graduates for a lifetime of significance. With dozens of degree programs, including accounting, engineering, human services, and marketing, as well as graduate degrees in business administration and education, Ottawa University will prepare you for whatever or whoever you want to be. Don't wait. Get started today. Find out more by visiting online at ottawa.edu.
Let's face it, auto insurance can be confusing. Do you know your comprehensive from your collision, your no fault from liability, your premium from your deductible? After an accident is no time to find out that your definition of full coverage is actually different from what your policy says. Let local State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King explain auto insurance in terms you can understand.
I'm State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King. Let's work together to be sure your vehicle has the coverage you need. Call and schedule an appointment today at 242-9435. Stop by my office at 111 South Main in Ottawa or visit online at keithking.net.
Ugh, I have to do laundry when I get home. I have to lug all my clothes over to the washing machine. Then I get to put them in the dryer and accidentally shrink my cashmere sweater again.
Motorcycles make everything exciting. And when Geico makes it easy to switch and save on motorcycle insurance, it's even more exciting.
I'm gonna fold all my socks into little balls. Yeah!
Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
There's an underdog story happening today in America. Small businesses are fighting to make a comeback, but in the moment they have the least, they're giving the most. They're rallying communities, yet asking for little in return. Well, it's time we gave back. Small Unites is making it simple for everyone to take action and support the small businesses that unite us all. Find out how you can donate, shop, and share today at smallunites.org. Proudly sponsored by Capital One.
Let's be there for them.
Back here live for the Ken Kessinger Show at Primetime Grill. We're here till 8 o'clock. You can get $1 off the Braves Burger from now until close, and it's a dine-in deal, so you got to come in, you got to see us. You got to meet Coach Kessinger, meet some players, have some food. I mean, what else are you doing on a Tuesday night? I mean, does anyone really care about Dodgers-Rays World Series? Not really. Nobody does. Come on. So come on out. We're here. We'll hang out. And joining us now is Derek Curtis, running back for Ottawa University, who had a fantastic game on Saturday as he had 255 yards rushing, averaging 9.1 yards a carry, 3 touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 1 through the air. And Derek, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Happy to have you here. Was there any nervousness getting back out onto the field after such a long layoff?
Just a little. Coach K, he stressed the whole week that it was going to be very windy and that we had to have a good game on the ground. So we were a little nervous, but after first, second play, I settled in and it went well.
Oh yeah, you settled in pretty well. The speed that was out there on display to me was world class, and I think that really puts a lot of teams on notice, because they're going to have to really pay attention to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have you always played running back? Or was this something that you adapted over time?
Growing up, I played a little bit of running back and receiver, and the school before this, I went to Jacksonville University, and I played more slot there. But when I got here after quarantine, Coach K let me know. He was like, "Hey, how do you feel about playing running back?" And I'm a team first type of guy, so anything for the team, man. I think I adapted pretty well. I like it now. Like it.
So, walk us through with that, because one of the, especially for the first couple of games of the season, you get an offensive line. You're not sure if everyone's ready to work as one unit. Sometimes it takes a few games. But it really seemed like, especially on Saturday, that line was opening up some holes that you took advantage of, and the line really, really helped out.
Yes, sir. I want to shout out to the line too, because everything I did, I couldn't do without them. But yes, sir, they opened up a lot of holes during the week. We had some okay practices, but Saturday morning, after talking to them, I just knew they were ready. I could see it, and like you said, they played very well, opened up a lot of great holes. They did all the hard work for me.
It seemed like, especially to call out one Madrid Steele, seemed like he pulled hard and
yes, sir.
And was like a nice bulldozer, taking some Bulldogs down. For you, was there, as soon as that ball is hiked, you get it. What's going? I mean, are you even? Does everything slow down? Does everything speed up? Are you, is it just a second thought? You're just almost like a God-given talent of where, kind of walk me through what it's like.
Well, once the play starts, I try to slow everything down in my head, because McPherson's defense, they love to fly around. So second play of the game, we ran the counter play, and they flew hard outside. And as I was getting the ball, I seen their safety take off towards the right, and I just knew, I kind of knew that cutback was going to be there. And when I cut back, the hole was right there. I made the linebacker miss, and like Coach said, our receivers, they blocked very well downfield, very well.
I'm going to play that audio right here, that this was the first touchdown of the day for Derek. So let's take a listen to this, and and then you'll kind of get an idea of what
chunk yards here on first and second.
Braves will split out, two to the near side, a single to the far side. Davis shotgun, one back to the left of him. They'll hand it off this time. That's going to go to Derek Curtis. He's up the middle, finds a hole across the 40, 45, 50. He's past midfield, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Braves!
Curtis just slow played it the whole way, Bob. Waited for his block to develop and then bounced it outside and beat the corner all the way to the pylon. And what a start.
So you just follow the blocks and watch the Bulldogs miss. And it just seemed like you were just waiting for that right time. And once you did, it turned on those jets.
Yes,
what's your 40 time?
40 time, I would say, I say somewhere in the 4.4s. I think I can get it.
That's world class speed right there. I would say. I think my 5 foot time maybe a 4.4, but definitely not a 40. Good God, 4.4. Wow, that's awesome.
Yes, sir.
So now you get ready for a team in Bethel who is who has really played well so far this year. Tough defense. But do you feel any extra pressure coming in with this one?
No, sir, not really. I try to treat every game as the same, you know. But I know they're gonna try to key on me, but we have receivers that can make plays. We have other running backs that can make plays, so I'm not really worried about our offense.
And have you asked for recounts on anything with Player of the Week or National Player of the Week honors? Because I'm not sure how you got skipped over. So great. Southwestern beat Kansas Wesleyan. Woo! I think you got jobbed, man. That's just me.
Yes, sir. I feel like I should have gotten, but you know I'm not really big on accolades. I'm happy the team got the win, and we're moving on to Bethel.
Make you a little hungrier?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It really does.
So, if you were to stick another 200 like next weekend, I mean, I think we could see that, could we? I mean,
yes, sir.
I could be. I don't want to. I'm not putting pressure on.
Yes, sir.
But I mean, you know, I just thought it was fantastic. You know, to make that the commitment was there to run it, and man, you made them pay.
Yes, sir.
So, what's going to be the key for Bethel this week for you?
For me, just blocking, because they run a very unique defense. So when it comes to passing, I have to make sure I block really well. Me and the O-line got to be at one with each other, and just have to keep running the ball hard.
You like hook them up with pizza or anything to keep them, take care of them or anything?
Oh, yes, sir.
Derek, hey, thanks. I appreciate you joining us. And as a matter of fact, we're going to talk with Derek more this weekend as part of pregame, and we'll get to learn a little bit more about Derek and coming from Florida to Ottawa University and things like that. So that's something to also look forward to. You get a double dose of Derek this week.
Sure.
We'll take our break, our final one right here. When we come back, we're going to talk with Coach Kessinger about Bethel, and then I think we'll do Homer Call. I gotta say we're gonna do Homer Call. So you might even see if Colby and Derek can help Coach K and decide a winner this week. So we're gonna do that when we return. You're listening to the Kent Kessinger Show live from Primetime Grill at Fusion Alley at 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive in South Ottawa.
This is Craig Dingle of Dingle & Son Mortuary. When you buy a monument from us, you can count on us to set your stone so that it will remain stable through the years. We pour a substantial amount of fresh concrete with stabilizing piers for the base. A monument is a permanent recording of your family history, and you have every right to expect it to be standing straight and tall for future generations to see. We have been here for generations, and we'll be here to back our guarantee.
Dingle & Son Mortuary, 785-242-2323. It's never too late to become who you're supposed to be. However, sometimes you may need a little help. Ottawa Ottawa University can get you there. Their faculty and staff are dedicated to preparing graduates for a lifetime of significance. With dozens of degree programs, including accounting, engineering, human services, and marketing, as well as graduate degrees in business administration and education, Ottawa University will prepare you for whatever or whoever you want to be. Don't wait. Get started today. Find out more by visiting online at ottawa.edu.
Let's face it, auto insurance can be confusing. Do you know your comprehensive from your collision, your no fault from liability, your premium from your deductible? After an accident is no time to find out that your definition of full coverage is actually different from what your policy says. Let local State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King explain auto insurance in terms you can understand.
I'm State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King. Let's work together to be sure your vehicle has the coverage you need. Call and schedule an appointment today at 242-9435. Stop by my office at 111 South Main in Ottawa or visit online at keithking.net.
Hey, next time you're at the store, don't forget the ingredients to make your own sunflower salad with mixed greens, olives, cheddar cheese, sunflower seeds, and dressing. Oh, and the 14-ounce ribeye with mashed potatoes and seasoned vegetables. And I'm sure you won't have trouble finding everything for the homemade peach and blackberry cobbler topped with oatmeal cookie crust and vanilla ice cream. What? You don't cook for your family like this every night? Oh, well, that's how the folks at Primetime Grill do it, for you and your family. Dine in or order online at primetimegrill.com and get contactless curbside pickup. Primetime Grill at Fusion Alley in South Ottawa.
Before Olay, having dry skin was a struggle. Turns out my old body wash was the problem. New Olay skincare inspired body wash with vitamin C, collagen, and hyaluronic acid improves skin 3 times better versus the leading body wash after 14 days, based on clinical moisture retention. And now helps stop dry skin before it starts with new Olay Rinse Off Body Conditioner. Find new Olay skincare inspired body wash online or in stores.
Back to work at that job, the one you realized isn't for you? Well, that's if you're lucky, right? Make your move. You can start a new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months from the comfort of your own home, even if you have zero computer experience. Take control of your future now. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Live online classes meet just twice a week. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Final segment of the evening here from Primetime Grill. You can order online, or you can give them a call at 785-242-PTG1. You can go to primetimegrill.com and order online and pick up at the curbside if you're not wanting to come in. I mean, sometimes I'm antisocial, so I can understand that.
But if you have to go someplace and you just want to take this with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But just be sure to listen to us on the radio, though.
Definitely.
While we're on the air.
Yeah.
That's the key also, is listening to the best coaches show in the KCAC. I'm going to say it, right?
By far.
Absolutely by far.
I agree with you, Bob.
So,
gotta get our hellos in.
Oh, gosh, you're right.
Jesus, Bob. You're slipping.
I'm slipping.
This is why I'm here, to carry you through these times.
Well, you know, I will have to admit, I was putting together a list of interviews for pregame and halftime, and then getting audio clips and stuff, and so I'm a little scattered right now.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm there to direct you. That's my job.
I'm going to say hello to Taylor Burnett, because we're going to
TB's on. Huh?
We're going to interview him for this Saturday.
Oh,
for
awesome!
Halftime. So
good deal.
So got to say hello to TB,
the original TB.
Exactly, the one that makes tuberculosis scary.
Yeah, I don't know where to go with that. So.
Just hit the brake. Pump the brakes, I guess. Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello, my mother-in-law.
Yes.
You know, hello to Amy.
Yes.
I mean, that's usually your line.
Well, hello, Amy.
You got the Grogans.
Yes.
You have the coach to be named later that we don't name.
I gotta know.
Yeah, no. It's a surprise.
Is it Andy Carrier?
I'm not telling you.
You got? Oh, dude, seriously,
this is a cliffhanger that we're carrying over to season 2. You know, because we have the first season in the fall, and then we have the second season. You know, we need the cliffhanger.
Okay. I see how you got. I'll keep on.
Guam, Samoa.
Yes, Guam and Samoa. Your parents.
Yes, my folks listen, and
yeah,
your mom,
my mom and my aunt,
and your aunt.
Yeah.
We got Lars in the station, so he's finally paying attention again.
Well, thank God for that. And then that's two people you'd have to carry.
That's right.
So,
That's right. I think we made it all through them. Checklist. Check.
Yes, I think so. Bethel comes up this weekend. It's always different with the offense they run, but man, they've got some hosses on that team, and they are wrecking some havoc in the conference. And for Ottawa, who's just coming back for their second game since the layoff, it's probably not a team that you really wanted to see right now.
No, they're definitely going to test us, physically, and then also with the discipline that we're going to need to be able to, from to stop their triple option, and then also, they like to bring a lot of pressure. Their objective is to try to disrupt you on defense and what you want to do and make you force your hand, and then on offense, they just want to score points. And I think that what I've seen from them particularly is they really want to have their offense to have the ball. We put up 83 points against Mid-American Nazarene, and a lot. I think several of those kind of come back to some turnovers. So you got to obviously take care of the football when you have it. You have to score when you have it. And then I also saw them play some tight games too, and so where the Sterling game, the McPherson game at the beginning, there were some things that were some tight. So it definitely gives us some. We've had plenty of film to watch on them. At this point, so hopefully we can get a good idea of what their keys are and then go. And that they've been on a 2-week quarantine, so not knowing exactly what they've been able to do. I think that in talking to their coach, they've had some practicing that they were doing before this last week, maybe not with their whole team. So they could be coming in rusty. Our issue, we're banged up is the key, and I think that's part of it is getting back into it, and all the soft tissue injuries like we were worried about. We've had some of those, so we're just gonna have to buck up and put on our socks and shoes and cleats and pads and go out there and just give it our best effort.
And that's going to be maybe a tough part at the beginning, because although you've got the film, you're not really sure where they're at physically either because of having the time off, although they have had some practices, but
yeah. And they've had a lot of games though too underneath the belt. So.
But then as you mentioned, the soft tissue injuries and things like that, to me the storyline is going to be how does Bethel come in as opposed to getting over those first week bruises again, and that to me is going to be interesting to keep an eye on.
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of storylines that are going to come from this. It could be that this 2 weeks was a couple weeks that they needed to get healed up from the previous games that they've had. It could be that puts them to where they're a little behind things or rusty or whatever. So, I look at it and I talk to our guys as we always expect to get people's best. It's kind of been the MO here with Ottawa since we've been, having some good successes that, I think everybody looks forward to playing us and wanting to get after us. But at the same time, we expect to play at everybody's best and we want to play at our best. So, with the guys that we have and the game plans that I think that we're starting to put together, I'm just going to go down there and give our best shot and get after them. And I think if we do that, I think we can do some things defensively that'll slow them down and put them into some, chances of putting the ball on the ground. You put the ball on the ground in the triple option, and you're gonna have opportunities for our offense. And then I think that if we protect our quarterback and we get the running game going like we had this last week, I mean, that we're going to be hard to keep out of the end zone.
And I think that is such a crucial point with the way you guys ran the football. You want to try to keep that football out of Bethel's hands because they're going to grind clock too with that type of offense. So you guys keep their offense off the field and are able to get some points on the board, that would bode well.
Yeah, and it's been games, like last year was a shootout. They scored 40-some points, we scored 40-some points. We've had some opportunity to score some points in the past against them, and hopefully we can still do that. But if it's a shootout, hopefully we were pretty balanced because I think that we've established that you can run the football. We got some quick guys, and that's the key. We're gonna have to get to the ball offensively to our pass guys and then do something, and then defensively we're gonna have to shut down their pass guys.
Are you ready for a homer call?
I am ready.
All right, so boy, this group right here.
So we have 2 or 3 of them. 3 of them?
3. May actually be better than week 1.
Really?
Possibly.
Wow.
There is one so awful that I don't know. It might go either way.
Okay.
So we're going to start with Bethany and Sterling. Now, the caveat is we have 2 different pieces of audio. We're going to have the Sterling call because it is the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes.
And then we're going to have the Bethany side of it, where I think a Muppet died and someone had a baby.
Okay.
So we're going to start with Sterling, and let's see what happens here.
So the Warriors have to forget about it. It's 3rd and 10, Bethany at the Warrior 29, 16 seconds left with a 21-19 Warrior lead. And again, now each team has 1 timeout left. Personnel 4 wides. Twin receivers each direction, ball on the right hash. Allen the lone back, 3rd and 10. 3-man rush. They flip it out in the flat to Allen. Turns the sideline. Now they're in field goal range. Allen may score. Touchdown, Bethany. Wow. A stunned Warrior crowd, and now there's just 7 seconds remaining.
There is so much to unpack there.
Yes. So I actually heard both calls in the same call. Wow.
And the PA announcer was fantastic if you didn't catch. Touchdown, Bethany.
I didn't miss that. I was listening to the Bethany play-by-play go crazy in the background.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, you got both on the same call. That's tough.
It makes me think I'm all at McPherson all over again.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the Bethany call, where you'll hear clearly a Muppet die and someone give birth.
Happens here. It's 3rd down and 10 for Bethany. Just 16 seconds remaining in regulation. 21-19. Bethany missed 2. They missed 1 PAT, then they missed a 2-point conversion attempt. That is the difference in this game. J.J. Allen, 197 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. 3rd and 10, Bethany from the 29 right hash. Shotgun snap to Denson. He'll dump it out right side. J.J. Allen catches it with yardage in front of him. Cuts back middle of the field at the 10. Oh! He's in! He's in! Touchdown! J.J. Allen! Are you kidding me? They ran a swing route, and he takes it in from 29 yards out, and the Swedes got the lead. 7 seconds left. Are you kidding me? Have a day, J.J. Allen!
Have a day, J.J. Allen.
Wow. That's a lot of emotion.
Have a day.
All right.
Did you pick up where the Muppet died?
Yes, I did.
I don't even know.
I think that's the color commentator.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what was being said there. I'm not sure if he was in or he sinned, but I guess he scored, so I'm going to take he's in.
Yeah.
And then just the octave was like childbirth.
No, it went high.
Yeah, it was
definitely
pretty impressive there.
Yeah.
So those 2, but then there's the Sterling versus Friends. This is the Friends.
Okay.
You remember this drive started on about the 24-yard line of the Falcons. 12:24 to go in this second quarter. And a beautiful day. 79 degrees, just partly cloudy here in Wichita. We look out out of the press box here at the beautiful Davis building, which has been here for a long time. I had a lot of classes in that building over the years when I was at Fringe University. Played college baseball here at Fringe back in the day, and probably not listening clear down in Texas, but my good friend, he was a pitcher and I was a catcher, Tony Sheffield, was just inducted about a month ago or so into the Fringe University Hall of Fame. Sexton back to pass, has 81 in the end zone, and that is touchdown Falcons. Great pass, just right beyond the defender to Bryant Brown of the Falcons.
As opposed to the Warriors.
Bryant Brown? What words can you describe what we just experienced right there?
No, those are good ones. I think you're right. This might be better. It might be better than the first week.
So do you go and we can even you can get some help from Colby and from Derek.
Did you hear the Homer calls? No,
well, never mind.
It's hard to hear through the speakers.
Okay, well, we won't put you on the spot then. Never mind.
Okay, so I gotta go. I know, and not that I predetermined it, but there's so much going on in some of those that as much, I might actually, if you could send me that clip, if I wake up in the middle of the night and I can't go back to sleep, can you send me that last one?
Yes.
All right, I'll use that as a sedative. But I have to go with the number one. I have to go with the Sterling play-by-play because you get both. You get both calls in the same clip. Outstanding. You can't go. You got them both in the same clip.
That is impressive.
It is, and it's kind of like the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat all wrapped into one. It's like the old ABC. When I'm listening to it, I see the guy falling off the ski jump thing and just biting it.
That was the exact thought I was having there too.
Yeah. So
ski jump guy.
Yeah, the ski jump guy going off the edge. That's exactly what it's like the Sterling guy just went off the edge, and then you have the Miracle on Ice on the other side. They're running down the field.
So the Warriors have to forget about it. It's 3rd and 10 Bethany at the Warrior 29, 16 seconds left.
Yeah, I did not mean to play that again because we're going to be running short here. We're about
the Warriors have to forget about
30 seconds here, Coach. What's your final thoughts on this one?
Okay, my final thoughts. Obviously, I voted for the Homer call, so we'll go with that one. But this is going to be it's a big game for us. Obviously, chance to put us into a pretty good lead in the case of if we can get to it. We're playing a very good opponent. We have to be disciplined and hopefully we can go down to Bethel and come back with a victory.
That would be fantastic. And by the way, you'll hear the game here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO. Noon for pregame, 1 o'clock for the kick. And then we'll talk to you also next Tuesday night as we wrap it up here. You've been listening to the Kent Kessinger Show.
Your only source for information, sports, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO, K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
Here's the latest from ABC News. I'm Alex Stone. Nearly a quarter of all hospitals across America have over 80% of their ICU beds full now, according to an internal Health and Human Services memo obtained by ABC News. UMC El Paso, Texas nurse Vanessa Hidalgo has been on the front lines of the pandemic since March.
This virus, it's getting pretty bad. So at one moment, your 5 patients could be fine, but within 5 minutes, all of a sudden, they're going down. And that's when you have to, act on it fast.
Now, some state leaders like Washington Governor Jay Inslee instituting new restrictions now to try to bring infections under control, including on college campuses.
It will require masks at all times in living areas on campus, except when outside or in sleeping areas.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo says he holds President Trump responsible for every coronavirus death in New York State.
It was his lie it would be gone by Easter.
The COVID tracking project saying the state with the most new cases per capita right now is North Dakota. President Trump is on the campaign trail tonight. He's in